Welcome to NinjaNegotiating.com. This is Chris Haskins. I'm going to be your host. Once again, we are here at another homeowner's house looking to negotiate a great deal. I've got a coach and client with me today, Dave. You're going to get to meet him. And this particular seller, she inherited a house from her mother. And she told my answering service that they had a loan on it. So I've got to verify how much they owe. Now, what she told my answering service ended up being a different number than what they actually owed on the house. So they owed a little bit more than what I thought. So going in, I was thinking I was going to do a discounted buy. But when I got there, when she said she owed over $40,000, then I knew it was pretty much nothing I could do. I thought she owed 20, so I knew that I couldn't buy it. I couldn't buy it for that. I knew I wasn't going to be able to buy at a discount. So my other exit strategies are either getting a subject to, that's where she deeds me the house and keeps the loan in her name or in her mother's name, or we're going to try to do a short sale. When you do a subject to, when you take over the payments, you need to make sure that those payments will allow you to cash flow the property. So if it's $400, you need to be at least getting $600 plus. So if the payments are too high, like in this situation, the payments were $500 something, I could probably only maybe get $700 out of this house, upper 600s. So I didn't think the subject to was the best route either. However, that is an exit strategy that we could maybe look at. But the real negotiating that I wanted to do was trying to get the homeowner to let me do a short sale on the loan, because the loan was in her mother's name. So her mother's already passed. Well, the bank will maybe be willing to take a short sale. That means the bank will take a discount on the amount that's owed. So if they owe 50, then they may take 30. The bank will actually take a loss because they're not going to get another payment because the homeowner has passed on. Okay, so let's see if we can get this seller in the boat with us and get this boat rowing on to maybe do a short sale or possibly do the subject to deal. All right, here we go.
Hi.
Hi.
Chris?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good. This is Dave. You be with us today?
Yes, sir. He came to the door. I said, I don't think that's Chris.
Oh, no. A little lighter.
I am sorry. And you have to excuse me.
What?
We are cleaning up, but it's to the point where you can look, okay?
It was good in here.
You know? But I'm telling you, man, my mom has some stuff in this place.
I bet she did.
But we just moved. We have it so clear so you can just look through.
That's all good.
Oh, my God. Yeah, when he came to the door, girlfriend said, is that Chris? I said, I don't think so. She said, who is that? I said, I don't know who that is. I'm going to go to the door.
I know he came through the door. That's cool.
We got a mouse on here somewhere.
Hey. You got some, what is it?
Yeah.
Econ.
Yeah, we put it down there. But we have been moving stuff. But like I said, we got it to the point where you can just look.
That's cool.
That's the nook or whatever you call it back there.
We'll get to it.
And we just,
We'll get to it. I don't want to rush right into the property like every other investor that's going to come by. They're going to come by and look at the house and just give them a number and move on. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. But I'm going to tell her, hey, we'll get to the house. That's the reason I'm here. Let's sit down and talk a little while. She wants to kind of get right to the property, but I wanted to slow her down a little bit so we could talk and open up and see exactly what the problem is.
still cleaning, man.
Corporate makes me record our conversation. Is that okay?
I'm just messing with Chris. And what's your name again?
I'm Dave.
Dave, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Talking like you like a prodigal child, okay? And this is the back room, Chris. You gotta at least look back in there.
No, ain't no rush. I mean, we can see.
Oh my God, no! If you had been in here before,
What's wrong?
you and him would have tripped up.
Now, I can already tell she's mentioned several times how nasty and how junky the place used to be before she cleaned it up just so I can get inside. So I know that's going to be a nerve for me to hit. So she's feeling self-conscious about the condition of the junk that's in the house. So I need to keep that in mind. Oh,
Yeah.
it's junk in her?
Yeah, we just moved. My mom's like 81,
This is nice.
but she just kept a lot of stuff. And then she was a secretary, and
Do you have newspapers everywhere, too?
no, we just by getting all the stuff. You should see what was in here before.
This is like a little bar.
Yeah, that's where we used to hang out when we were teenagers.
Back here?
We didn't drink though. Yeah, we used to dance back here, watch TV and all that kind of stuff.
She put this on to keep you out of her hair, huh?
Yeah.
My dad did the same
But
thing.
that's where all the teenagers used to hang back here.
This is All right, we've got a common denominator. Her mother built a small addition in the rear of the property to keep the kids out of her hair, just as my dad did. He actually finished a room down in the basement so me and my brother could have it so we could play and stay out of his way. So I know I've got something that we can share, and I can kind of bring some memories out of her to keep her talking and keep her feeling comfortable about me being there. Really nice.
That's what we used to do. So, you just said my mother was you never believe that. That's an ironing board that comes out that wall.
Okay.
That's what it is. It lifts out.
I was wondering about that too.
Huh?
That's
I was wondering.
Would you say now that you're not the prodigal child anymore, right?
This is nice. Is this going outside right here?
What? Oh, I don't know. We haven't decided with that stuff because some of my girlfriends have come and looked. Because most of the stuff I got to get out of here.
No, I'm talking about the door. The door goes outside.
Oh, yeah, that has an iron. You see through the back.
Okay.
My mom was into this. You see on the windows?
What?
On the back window, she has those iron pieces on the outside.
You talking about bars?
Bars, yeah.
Really?
Around the back.
Is it that bad over here?
No, she just had them because we had a cousin. And he put them up. You know, when you stay by yourself.
Now, she just told me that her cousin or somebody put some iron bars on the back window. So I need to be conscious of the neighborhood that I'm in, and why would somebody put steel bars on the window if they weren't scared of vandalism or somebody trying to break in? So I need to make sure that that's one of my bargaining points, the neighborhood. And I'm a little concerned about having those. Who would want to have to do that? Is this a neighborhood that I want to buy in? And if I do, I need to make sure that the price is right for the neighborhood.
So, but we lived here. I mean, we grew up here.
Okay.
So
that was you and
my brother.
You and your brother. Okay.
Right.
Is he local or where is he at?
Yeah, he's local. He's right here, and he's right here in Newport.
Okay. Now I wanted to find out where her brother is, because this is an estate property. Who's in charge? Where are the other heirs? Are they out of town? Because if they're out of town, then I know that she would be the main person in charge and who I need to talk to. If they're in town, perhaps I may need to actually meet both heirs because they're siblings. I may need to talk to both of them before we could strike a deal. So I'm going to ask them, is he in town or out of town? Where is he? If he's in town, I need to make a mental note that, hey, I may need to talk to him one day and meet him. If he's out of town, typically the person that lives in the same area as the property, they will be the ones making all of the decisions regarding selling the property. So I need to know that.
This is the bedroom that you can walk in now.
Is this Hampton or Newport News?
This is Hampton.
Okay.
This is one of the bedrooms. We still got to get clothes and stuff out of here. But we moved a lot. And that's clothes in there too.
I bet you had a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you better believe it, brother. You haven't seen what we took out of here.
I can
That's for sure.
imagine.
This is the bathroom. And we're still moving clothes. This is the other bedroom that we we got most of the stuff out of here. And this is, some of the stuff we take to the DAV. That's the closet. She just got clothes in there.
Okay.
And we got to get the clothes and stuff out of there. But this is it, man.
So
You
your
look
mother
in the
was
back.
here? She was here by herself?
Yeah, my mom and dad, we were married, but they were married, but
Okay.
my mom and dad separated, and my mom ended up living here by herself.
Okay.
We were raised here. You know, this is where we grew up.
Well, at least you got some good memories here, huh?
Yeah, and we got clothes. We got clothes everywhere. We got to take some of the clothes out of here.
Okay, if you listen closely, you'll hear her demeanor change when I ask about her good memories. Hey, at least you got good memories out of here. That's one thing they can't take from you. You can hear her chuckle and laugh and giggle and think about her younger years growing up there with her siblings. And when you bring that up, it's going to have them. It's going to make them in a more polite mood, and it's going to be easier for you to talk to them if they had good memories. Now, if they got beat or if they were abused in that house, I wouldn't keep reminding them of that. I wouldn't bring that up. But that's kind of something where you need to judge. If you bring it up, if they, then I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't go there again. But you judge on when you bring it up. Hopefully they'll be in a good spirits.
But like I said, I do have it where you can see now.
Wow.
Just got a whole bunch of stuff in there, man.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with all this stuff?
Well, some of my girlfriends are going to buy some of the furniture.
Good.
And the clothes and stuff we're going to take to consignment place.
Okay.
And the rest of the stuff we're gonna just have to try to get rid of because I don't have where to put it because I don't have any room. And my brother lives in the house, so we don't have any room. And this is shredded stuff. It's gotta be shredded because my mother was a secretary, a bookkeeper. She was a secretary, a bookkeeper, everybody.
Does she have a bunch of papers left over too?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm just making conversation, trying to open up that wound a little bit about how her mother actually used to, her mother keeps papers. Does she keep newspapers? Does she keep old receipts? What is all the stuff that she keeps and that she kept? Now it's going to be your problem to get rid of. I want to kind of open up that wound and get some blood gushing a little bit. What did she collect? Now this is all your problem. You're going to have to deal with it all.
Like I said, you haven't seen them yet. This is just the minimum.
She was the secretary of.
My mother was worked,
Oh, okay.
but she worked for the Office of Senior Citizens. She was secretary for that. She was accountant when she was in school.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when I say secretary, I found a thing and they said keep for 4 years. I think she kept it for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
But she was a bookkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
And as she got older, she still did it. And for the groups. And she had stacks and stacks of paper. Folders. But she was really good now. But when she got older, she was 81. And she got sick in December and she passed away in April because she got what you call flesh-eating bacteria.
What's
we have
that?
no idea.
That's weird.
Oh man, that's when the bacteria attacks your body and eats your flesh up.
Really?
Yeah, and she was,
Did she
other than that, she
travel?
was doing okay. Yeah, she was somewhere everywhere. She used to go, with the senior citizens. My mom always traveled. They have no idea where she picked it up from.
Oh, that's true.
And it eats up your flesh. Wherever you get it, you have to have it taken out.
I heard of that.
And some people have as many as 35 operations, and they have to keep taking it out because, see, it spreads so fast. It's like wildfire. Just like you set a fire to something. Bam, it blows up just like that. And we have no idea where she got it from, where to pick, nobody knows. And it just took her right on away from here. It was like, bam, she was sick in December. And we had no idea she was sick. She just got sick. And that stuff, the doctor told us that night, if we hadn't brought it in, she probably wouldn't have lived in. But she went from hospital to hospital, to nursing home, and she just couldn't.
Is that an elderly disease or is that a disease that can attack anybody? Now that I know her mother passed away from a traumatic illness or whatever that disease was, I can then begin to very delicately agitate that problem and get her mentally out of here, get her mentally running away from those emotions of when her mother was sickly. But you want to be very careful and not to offend anybody and don't push them too hard because her mother passed away and we want to be respectful of that. And I'm sure she was by her side when she passed. And I can only imagine that was a terrible experience.
It can attack anybody because some young people had. The girl I read about her internet was 35. She had 30. She was a runner, very healthy. But she had 35 operations on her one leg because it attacked her. It's called necrotizing fasciitis. That's exactly what it's called. So
You never know what's going to take
that's
you
what
out.
attacked her, and it can attack anybody. It doesn't matter,
Man.
And the rest of the stuff we have to have shredded. Put it for the shredder. This is just paperwork, and they have to come and pick it up. And if you want to go look at the back, you can go around there and look.
We
at
get
that.
to, yeah. We've seen them one house and seen them all, they kind of run like 4 walls and basically wanted to kind of see how we can get you where you wanted to go. Do you have an idea of where you were, like a time frame to kind of get everything done or what?
Okay, I'm trying to stay away from the house as long as I can because I know it's emotional. I want to kind of get onto her goals and how I can get her to where she wants to be. So I'm going to ask her about a time frame. If you've seen one house, you've seen them all. We're really not here to beat your house up or even to talk about the condition of your property. If we can buy it, we will. But let's kind of get to know you a little bit. And if we can do business, then people do business with people that they like and that they think that they can trust. So I want them to trust me as I'm there hanging out at the house.
Sit down, you want?
I want. Let's see. Get this over right this thing out. And you want to sit on the porch?
It don't matter. It's
Okay,
cool
you
in
go on
here.
the porch. Okay.
Oh, we can go out
get
there
up.
though. If you want, it's
You're
hot.
fine.
It feels like a sauna out there. It's humid.
It's not even hot. It's just so humid out
Yeah.
here, man.
Yeah, it's humid. Yesterday was just disgusting. Do you like the heat?
Huh?
Do you like the heat?
No, but it's hot. I mean, it's not hot. It's not hot in here to me. But I'm hot because I've been cleaning up.
It doesn't feel bad in here now, but
Huh?
it's not bad in here.
So, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Have mercy, Father.
What?
Just getting old, man.
Oh.
I used to clean up for a living when I was in college.
Really? What
In
college
high
did you go
school.
to?
Hampton University.
Oh yeah, me too.
Okay, bing, bing, bing. There's another common denominator. I went to Hampton University. She did too. We went to the same school. So she's going to like me even more. We're alumni. And she's going to trust me because we know things that other people don't. According to our school, the things we matriculated in with regarding Hampton University. So I can pull my HU card whenever I need to get her to trust me more and more.
Oh, you did?
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna graduate.
Bet you I graduated before you did.
You won't believe how much it is a year now.
No, I have no idea. Because I
Take a
graduated in 70. Oh, gosh. Let me think back. 73.
How much was it then?
I don't even remember. Because my mom was working there part-time so that I could go there.
Yeah.
And then she moved to Newport News Public School System.
Oh, she
I
worked
can't
there. She got the
remember.
60% discount or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
She worked there for the years that I was there, and then she moved
Cool, man.
and worked in the school system. But how much is it in?
It's $31,000 a year.
You got to be kidding me.
Whoa.
I didn't realize it that much.
Is that just tuition?
That's everything.
Everything.
I went. It was 10 when I started. I think 15 when I finished. So it's doubled since I graduated.
And I was freaking out about my nephews, but I didn't know it was that much of me.
Where are they?
And it was- my nephew I raised since he was 3. He's at Morehouse College. This is his prayerfully God, his senior year.
You never know.
I've had him since he was 3, and my other nephew is 17 now. He'll be graduating.
Cool.
But I have raised both of them, and the oldest one I kept.
So what are you? Do you still live in Hampton or where? Are you in Newport?
No, I stay in Newport News.
Okay.
Yeah. I just grew up in Hampton, and I moved away, but then I came back here. So, I mean, I've been here since then.
Okay.
In Newport News, yeah. But nobody's living in because the guy was saying, well, "Are you staying?" I'm like, "No, I don't live in the house.
Yeah.
I don't want another house." Okay.
Taxes, insurance, upkeep, grass.
Tell me about it.
Are you dealing with that, or is your brother taking care of all that stuff?
Mostly.
All right, I hit a nerve there. You hear that long pause. Who's in charge of taking care of all this stuff, the grass, etc., etc.? You can tell that she had to think about it. She's like, oh man, I'm the one. She's the one that's having to deal with everything. So I know I've got the right person in front of me that's going to make the decisions. It's all falling on her.
When it comes down to business or talking about something, then I usually do it.
Okay.
My brother comes in on the end because everything has been left to both of us.
That's
you know.
fine. Okay.
But just like I told him today, I said, well, the guy's coming by. I don't know if he's going to talk to me or not. I'm just trying to get it straight so he can look through the house.
Yeah, that's fine.
But he lives right off of
So he's out here.
Chestnut.
All right, cool. So what did you have in mind? Are you guys want?
Well, you mean what exactly do I want? Had I planned on doing?
Well, just
with
in
the house
general,
itself?
how can we help you?
All right, how can we help you? I really didn't ask that at the beginning, but now here we are. How can I help you? What can we do to solve your problem? How can we get you from point A to B with the least stress and the least amount of work on your part? Just want to let her just spill the beans. Here we are at the time where just time for me to just listen and shut up.
Well, my main thing was I don't want to keep the house. I want to sell it. And
Both of you or just you? Does he want to keep his part?
no.
He's
No,
whatever.
my brother wants to sell the house too. He does not want to keep the house, believe me. No.
I'm telling you, another house is not always a good thing. You know what I mean?
And my mother told us before she passed away, she said, whatever you do with the house, I want you to sell it. You know, and that's what she said.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to do because I don't want the upkeep, and I'm just being honest with you. I don't want the renting because I know who everything's gonna fall back on, which is me. And I just don't want to do that. I think I told you on the phone. The only thing that I was kind of concerned about is that my mom has an equity loan
Okay.
on the house. I think I mentioned that to you.
Yeah, you did.
And the only thing I could figure out, because I really don't know,
Okay, so we know we've got a mortgage on the property. It's something that we're going to have to deal with no matter what. Now, maybe we can short sale it. Maybe we can take over the payments, but I'm going to get to that in the future. But it seems like at the end of the day, she's the one responsible for making the decisions regarding her and her brother.
what she would basically, because I knew she had the outside of the house done.
She did that with the money?
Yeah, she may have done some of that with her, but I'm thinking, I know last year my nephew got stuck in college. His mom had signed a grant for him, then she changed her mind. But he hadn't been with her all his life anyway. Then she pulled the grant.
How do you do that?
She just told him to stop it. She's just crazy. I think my mom went and got the money and just paid it for my nephew, you know. And the year before that, which I don't remember, I think she paid something on his loan because it was just the two of us, you know, basically just work together. My brother does little, but my mom basically had two grandsons.
Okay.
And my oldest grandson is the one that we used to work together. Like he's in college now, trying to get an apartment.
Okay.
You know, and I'm basically now left doing all that.
Okay, so I've got an idea of what she needs to do with the money. So I know she's looking for money to help her nephew go back to college. He needs to get an apartment. He's going to need some assistance with tuition. So I know exactly what she wants to do with the money, and that can kind of get me where I need to be regarding taking over her payments and maybe giving her some money for her equity or different things that I can kind of do to present her an offer. So I'm mentally thinking she needs to help with the apartment. Okay, what can that be? Security deposit, first month rent, maybe $1,000 a piece. That's $2,000. So I can I keep that in my mind. I know she at least needs that.
My brother helps a little, but I'm really the one that really just carried both of them on. He's the oldest one. The youngest one stays with his dad now.
Okay.
So I basically want to get rid of the house, sell it, and that way I wouldn't have to be dealing with the payments every month.
How much are the payments?
I mean, if I had to make payments on the equity loan, I can't make them anyway because they were like $500 some a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much did she borrow?
I think it was like 40 something. I have the sheet. I don't think I bought it with my looking forward to see if I have it.
Okay.
I think it was like 40 something on it.
Okay, so her mother borrowed $40-something thousand with a $500 and some change monthly payment, which is extremely high for $40,000. And she just told me that another nerve that I can hit is she can't afford to make those payments. She's making payments where she lives, and now she's having to make payments on her mother's house, and she doesn't want to do that. So I can judge that her time frame is kind of limited. She wants to go ahead and get this thing done.
And see, I didn't know how that worked because I know somebody was telling me like if you sell the house, what you have to do is pay the loan off, then takes what's left of it, you know, whatever.
If there is anything.
Then somebody said you can get around that. I don't know. I have no idea because I don't know the legalities of a house. Basically, just know that the house is paid for. They gave us like a printout of what the house was actually worth. You know how to get it from the city and stuff like that.
Assessment.
Yeah, assessment.
What is the assessment on this one?
And I think I don't have the paper with me. I think it was like 90 or 100,000, something like that.
Okay.
Then they had another one for the property or whatever.
Yeah, one's for the dirt and one's for the snow.
That's a good way of putting it. But basically, that's what they said. And I didn't know so much as how the equity would work, and that was what I was concerned about. I was telling you about it. But whatever, and my brother knows about it because I said if we sell the house, then we may have to pay the equity off. I don't know. I don't know how you get around because it was in her name. Mm-hmm. The house is in our name now.
They deeded it over to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you noticed here, you have barely heard my voice. I'm trying to stay as quiet as possible and let her just dump everything on me and just listen to her. I'm going to say a lot of mm-hms and you're right about that and sounds like you've been doing your research and that's just terrible. A lot of those when she brings up something bad. And I can't believe you have to actually deal with that stuff. You're going to just be there, be her chalkboard, let her write all over top of you. Just listen. Notice that I have barely said anything within the last 5 minutes. I'm letting her do all the talking.
Yeah, you can. Well, that's technically a sale too when you deed it over to somebody.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think. How old is the home equity line? Is it a home equity line of credit or is it a home equity loan?
Okay, I want to know how old is this loan? The reason I want to know how old it is because if I'm going to take over the payments, I want a loan that's old as possible, 10, 15 years, hopefully, but I really don't know at this time. But the older the loan is, the more amortization I'll be picking up if I were to just take over the payments. So it'll be more the monthly payment going to principal as opposed to going to interest the older the loan is. So I kind of want to know that. And I'm going to get her to give me a copy of the most recent mortgage correspondent or statement as soon as possible so I can verify whatever she's telling me.
I think it's credit. I would have to look at that and see.
Okay.
And I don't think, I'm going to check, but I don't think I bought it with me.
Are you paying it or who's paying it?
And nobody's paying it right now. The last time I paid it, I think it was 2 months ago.
Okay.
But I called them and sent them the death certificate and let them know that my mother had passed away. And I'm quite sure they're writing me a letter.
I'm sure they will.
So basically, that's where the situation is right now. And what I said, if I could sell the house, one of my girlfriends has said that one of her co-workers might be interested in the house. I don't know because I haven't talked to them because I just got to the house where people can look in.
Look at it, a bunch of stuff.
And I got out of school 2 weeks ago, so I was trying to clean it up so it would be presentable to get some of the stuff out. But my main thing is I just want to sell it, get it out of the way, get it off my back, and I don't want to keep it, just being honest with you.
Okay, so she has spilled her guts. She's saying, hey, I'm done with it. I just want to sell it and be done with it. That's where she is with it. Apparently, she's the one that's having to deal with all the upkeep and just dealings, whatever it is with the property. And that's going to be another thing to add to her to-do list every day. So she's ready to just get out of it.
Yeah, she owes 40 on it. I'm not quite sure how much it's worth. I don't even know how much it would be worth, but we could find out though. But sometimes what we can do is if she owes more than what, because we're gonna come in and do new bathroom, kitchen, and everything. We can kind of sometimes do a short sale where the bank will take less than what you owe on it. But that would be an option we discuss when we get to that. But if she owes 40, it's gonna be kind of close to it. Do you have a ballpark in mind of how much you think it may be worth?
Okay, I need to know where her brain is. How much do you think the property is actually worth? She knows what the assessment is. She said it's somewhere around 90 or 100 or something like that. How much do you actually think that it's worth in the as-is condition? I want to make sure I pick her brain. That way I know where she's thinking and what way she's leaning to.
Well, I have to go back and look at the paper because I'm looking at, I guess they put like you said, the dirt and the house together and come up with the overall value. And I don't think, let me see in this folder. I had it.
Take your time.
I have so many things on my mind and so many folders. I got about 100 at the house.
She got DVD players here for you.
Yeah,
brand new in the box.
never been open.
Seems like that age bracket just collectors. People just
Collected some stuff, no question about that. And while I'm looking for this, I have at home. What you? I mean, how do you guys work? Basically, that's what I'm just interested in.
Okay, well,
Okay, how do you guys work? That's bound to come up in every conversation. This is your time to shine, but you don't want to shine too much. You don't want to sound like a know-it-all, but you can definitely say, hey, we close with cash. We're real estate investors. We are looking to make a profit. This is how we feed our family, etc., etc. We can close in 2 weeks. We can close in 2 months, whatever fits your needs, but we're here to satisfy you. Whatever way you want to do it, we're going to try to mold our system around what you need. Now, at this time, you need to also have the confidence and know that the money is in your pocket to buy this property. Even if you don't have a dime to your name, you at least need to have the position and the posture to say, hey, I can close with cash. I can close in a week if I need to. Now, if you don't have any money, you don't have a penny to your name, and you've never actually bought a house, you're going to be doing wholesaling or signing contracts. You need to have this courage to go in there and say, hey, listen, I've got the money to do this. I can do it. I'm your guy. But it's going to take time to convince yourself that you can find the money. So when you tell people I can close, you need to mean it and know it.
We're real estate investors. We buy and sell houses. We look at 20 to 30 houses a month.
Oh, wow.
We're not everybody's solution. Sometimes we can help, sometimes we can't.
And let them know up front, we're not a solution for everybody. We may or may not even be able to help you. Use the takeaway. The takeaway is one of the strongest closes in the book. We may or may not be able to help you. Our solution may not be something you're even looking for.
But at times, sometimes we can offer cash to cash people out. Sometimes we'll have to do the short sale to make the deal work, to ask the bank to take less. It's all type of ways we can do the deal. And sometimes we turn the house into an income stream for a person. Say, for instance, some people sell us the properties, and then as opposed to giving them a lump sum, which you have to pay taxes on, we pay them monthly as opposed to paying the bank monthly.
Okay, I just opened her eyes to a few different options that we have. I don't want to get too deep into it because I know she doesn't understand owner financing or subject twos or any of that stuff. So I just want to kind of say, hey, we're professionals. We know what we're doing. We do this all the time.
For the property. So there's all different ways we can do it. Some people look for income stream of a monthly payment. Because we borrow the money from the bank. Sometimes we just borrow from the homeowner secured by the property as opposed to going to the bank. There's all different ways.
Yeah, and I think I left the paper at home, but I'm almost sure this is not the one that has it in here. They gave it to me when I went to Hampton City Court.
That's fine. You went to the probate already?
Yes.
I bet that was fun.
This is not the one that I have in here.
Make sure you keep your receipts for all that stuff too. I know you have to pay.
Yep, and that's what we have to do too. Yeah. But I can give you that. And I guess what I would want to ask is, once I come up with the price, because I know they had, it was close like to 100,000 or something like that. I mean, ballpark around about that when we put both of them together.
All right.
But I'll make sure I get it because I have it at home and I can tell you what that is. But I guess what I was asking you is, okay, if I was interested in selling a house, now what aspect would we go into? You just have to say how much you would offer for the house?
Yeah.
Okay,
listen to how much we'll give you a contract. You can look it over and.
So how much were you thinking?
Well, we don't have a number. We come out to see with the condition of the property.
Right.
And we do a walk around and to see exactly what needs to be done. How old is the roof, by the way?
Okay, I don't want to give her an offer yet because I need to assess my repairs. I need to make sure that she tells me how old is stuff, the windows, flooring, roof, etc., etc. Now, she's going to ask me how much I can offer, but I'm going to say, hey, we're going to let you know that. I need to just assess the repairs and talk to her more about the situation, about the property. Now, obviously, I've done some research on the house, and I kind of have a ballpark figure of what I can offer her, but I'm not going to tell her quite yet until we start talking about the repairs and bringing everything up, updating the kitchen and the bathroom so she can more understand my offer and why it's going to be low.
Man, I have
It's fine. If you don't know, ain't no big deal. We're going to do it for the new roof on anyway.
I wish I could tell you that.
That's cool. No problem.
And I guess what I would do is want you to tell me basically what you come up with.
Okay.
And I have the actual papers at home.
All right.
I thought it's not in this one. And I have like 100 folders I've been going through. My mom filing this, filing that. I'm up to files right here.
Imagine.
That's why I'm throwing everything out here. But once you look around, and we gotta get rid of all this stuff, man.
This table is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, look how big this thing is.
I know, and then you add, see, we used to have big family dinners here and have all our families. My mother was an excellent cook.
Really?
Yeah, so she used to cook and we used to come here and this would be the family gathering stuff. Gary, you can come on in.
I got a guy that has a thrift store. He may come in and just, I'll give his number. He's right there on Mercury Boulevard.
Yeah, my brother was talking about some guy. I don't know who he is, but that would be nice.
Now, I happen to have a friend that owns a thrift store. Now, from time to time, he buys furniture from properties, from estates to resell it. So you can always try to help people out. Give them a tip. Give them some type of assurance that you're there to help, no matter whether you buy the house. So, hey, I got a guy that may buy your furniture. I don't know. I'll pass you his number. But at least if you can't buy the house, at least give them a tip that's going to help them out.
Because I think my girlfriend may get one of the bedroom sets and get the other set.
Okay.
But I'll take the card because one of my brother's friends that he went to school with, he works at a shop, and it wouldn't be shocking if it's one you talk about.
He's at this guy's store is called Second Time Around. It's right up on by the DAV. Get DAV, then his store is right next to the is it On the Run gas station or one of those gas stations on Mercury?
Yeah,
Krispy
I like to
Kreme.
have his card because like that was one of the things that I was thinking about too.
Okay.
But like I said, I have it now, so when people come in, they can look
They
at
can
the
look at it,
furniture
yeah.
and they can look at whatever they want to look at, and it's not, everything is not over
Yeah.
top of where they can't see. So at this point, it's where it's supposed to be, and they can
But then you got
actually
people
see
coming
through
in and
it.
out, you know.
Yeah,
Have you talked to a realtor about maybe just listing it with a realtor?
not yet. I haven't gotten that far. No.
Okay.
And basically, when I got the letter, and I'm just telling you, I was just going through, to be honest, I was just going through mail, and I was just looking at it, and I was like, okay, who is this? And then I just looked at it, and I said, and I got another letter, and you were the first person I called, and I said, well, I'll just have them come around so I get an idea of people coming through, and as I go along, that I'm learning too.
Yep.
But I knew basically I wanted to sell it, and one thing, I have a nephew in college that's going to need money to go to school. He starts in August, but like the end of August and September, and I usually help him. So I wanted to try to just get it. You said as fast as possible.
So end of the month would be fine? End of July maybe?
Okay, we're back to the knife. Let's turn that knife. We know that she wants to help her nephew go to school. That's her main thing. Now, how much money is it going to be to help somebody go to school? I really don't know. But I know that typically rent $1,000 for the security deposit. I'm being just on the average, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom. First month's rent, $1,000 plus or minus. So we know that's her main hot button. We need to know what's going on with this guy going to school.
And I'm being honest with you. I mean, that's what I really want to do.
Okay.
Because the less headaches I have, and I won't have to deal with the rest of the stuff either.
Some of these people in the kitchen really look like she did the cabinets on these cabinets on.
Yeah, no, those are brand new. She put all that stuff in there. Yeah. She partially remodeled that kitchen.
I wish you could see this kitchen. The kitchen itself, the walls and the flooring, I would say 30 years old maybe. What happened? The lady put all new kitchen cabinets on one wall. So you got these brand new kitchen cabinets and they weren't even installed properly. You got a brand new countertop. It's an $80 Lowe's special and it just looks terrible in this old kitchen. So she's saying the kitchen is brand new. It's just the kitchen cabinets and we're just going to have to rip them out and restructure that entire kitchen. So what's there is just like it's not even there.
So y'all rent the houses out, or do you sell them, or?
Depends. Sometimes we fix them and then turn around and resell them. Sometimes we rent them out. It depends.
Yeah, sometimes right now we're having to hold a lot of stuff because the market is so bad. I
Yeah.
don't know if you've seen the news at all.
Oh, I have.
Oh, I love that line. I don't know if you've seen the news or not. She says immediately, oh, I have. She knows the real estate market is in the trash. I don't know if you've seen the news or not. I always throw that out to people when the market's bad. I really don't throw it out when the market's booming because they're going to want top dollar. They're going to say, well, everybody else is getting top dollar for their properties. So, man, have you seen the news lately? I mean, wow, real estate is just doing so bad out here. That's going to get them mentally drive that price down.
We can buy them. We have our lenders to lend us the money to buy them. The problem is we can't sell them. Nobody can get a loan to buy them. So that's where everybody's in that same boat.
And that's why they're renting them a lot too. Renting them out. People fix them up and rent them out.
Yeah.
But that's something I'm not interested in doing.
It's a tough business, especially in this area. Well, not Hampton in general. I mean, it seems like Tyler, people out to get you, man. I mean, if they can get you, they're going to get you.
Yeah, and basically, I know a lot of people keep the homes and they rent them out, but I just wasn't interested in doing that. I got enough going on where I am. I don't want to be dealing with upkeep and come to see if something is wrong.
You gotta check on it.
Yeah.
They tear stuff up too.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another thing we just found out. She doesn't want to rent it. She's scared of tenants. She doesn't want to have the hassle of another to-do thing on her list. So we know that one thing, she's ready to liquidate this property fast. Keep talking to her and the stuff will keep coming out.
My girlfriend had that problem. She had 2 homes out of Fox Hill.
Really? That's a
And
good
she
area
said
too.
they tore her house up. She had nice homes. She moved to South Carolina. Yeah. And they have to redo the house because they put holes in the walls and left it without paying the rent and stuck her about 3 months rent.
Yeah, because once you get in, it takes 2 to 3 months to get them
Right.
out.
That's what she's doing.
This is great stuff. I don't even have to persuade her that renting is not the way you want to go. She's already got a horror story, a nightmare from a friend of hers or a family member. So I want to get that blood coming out from that bad rental experience and see how bad how bad she doesn't want to rent the property. That means she'll want to sell it that much more. So that rental nightmare, you want to kind of pull that out a little more if you can.
But other than that, if you are interested, just tell me what you come up with, and maybe we can sit down and talk. Because at least you got to see the place and you know what you're looking at.
I think it's nice. We're to be honest with you, we're the guys you call when you want to get this thing done. Mm-hmm. You want to have a known in your life, But if you're looking for top dollar, it may be best to go with the realtor because they're going to shop it. They're going to have people coming in and out looking at it, maybe trying to get you the top deal.
Okay, what did I just do? I qualified her. I said, hey, listen, if you're looking for top dollar, we're not the guys you're looking for. Maybe you could just wait it out with a realtor, have people coming in and out, looking at your mother's property. Is that what you kind of want to do? Because that way you may be able to get top dollar in 6 to 9 months. I really don't know. But we're the guys you call when you're ready to get your money and get it done now. Have a known in your life. That's the line that I just hit her with. And so that's going to bring her down to earth. Like, do I want to really drag it out with the realtor and just have people coming in and out? So get in her mind, let her know this is how we do business. If you want to do business like that, cash now, we're the guys you're looking for. If you want top dollar, we may not be able to help you. Let them decide.
Do you have time to wait it out? Just wait till the market turns around?
What do you mean by that?
Just because since nobody's getting top dollar for houses now.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But the market eventually will change. We don't know when, but I just didn't know if you wanted to wait it out or you just kind of want to get it over with.
Okay, do you have time to wait it out? I love that line. Here we go again. Can you just wait out the market because eventually it will turn around? Nobody has a crystal ball bullet, but it will. Could be 1, 2, 5, 10 years. Who knows? Throw those lines out there to get them thinking like, man, do I really want to do this? Do I want to have people coming in and out? Can you just wait it out? Ask her, do you want to get it over with or do you have time to wait it out?
Basically, I just want to get it over with. And I know that, I probably have my limitations once I look back at the paper at home. But, I know people that have sold houses and they've had to come really down on the price, and then somebody saying, well, you shouldn't do that or whatever. Well, you're not in my boat. I just want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I just want to get this monkey off my back. And I know that you're not going to get the price that you top dollar for what you're looking for, especially if you want to sell it and get it right away. You're going to have to lose something in order to do that.
That's how it works.
And that depends on what the prices are that people come up with.
Okay, great. So we've got her in the boat, rowing it towards a discounted price. Keep her in the boat, rowing it, and so she can continue to talk about how much she understands that she's going to have to give a discount in order to sell it fast. So as much as you can elaborate on that, feel free to continue to do that because she does understand exactly what's going on regarding the market, waiting it out, cash now. She understands that cash now is worth more today than waiting out 6 months.
Now, my girlfriend was different. She had somebody, her mom died, and they just came and just bought her house. The guy just wrote her a check. Bam.
Okay.
He's renting the house out now.
Okay.
But he just paid for it. And they came up with the price that she wanted, and that's what they did.
That's a good deal.
And that was it. Now, somebody walks in there and do that, yeah, that's fine. But like I said, I have another guy that said that he wants to come look at it. And then my girlfriend has a realtor that she knows pretty well. She's given me her name to have her to come and look at it too, and see what she can, do. But other than that, I'm open for anything right now. And like I said, when I saw your letter, I was like, okay, let me call this. At least I get an idea. People come up and look, and maybe I can see. Well, they say, okay, this looks not too bad. You're in pretty good condition. Might be something we want to look at, And then I can have an idea when people come around to see what they're saying. But let me know what you come up with, because I'm going to call the other girl and probably just have her come out here and look too, because now it's people, like I said before, they can look at it. Yeah, it's presentable, so you can look at it.
Who's the other investor? Just curious, I may know him.
who is the other investor? I'm just curious. I may know them. That's my line. Who else is interested in the property? The reason I ask this, it's an extremely important negotiating tool, is because I may know them. It could be my boy. It could be somebody that I buy houses with. And I don't want to be going up against somebody that I'm going to either wholesale it to or buy it from. So 9 times out of 10, they'll tell you who the other person is. Hey, who else made you an offer? I might know them. They could be my friend. In the past, I've had sellers tell me it's Joe Blow or whomever, and then I can give them a call so we don't beat each other up on the price. I can say, hey, Joe, I'm making an offer on 123 Easy Street 2. Would you mind if either I get this one or I'll let him have that one? So we don't raise the price. If he offers 50, then I come back and offer 55. Then we're bidding against each other. And that's a no-no in this game. You don't want to bid against each other and make the prices go up. So I'll say, hey, who's the other investor making you an offer? Hopefully I'm going to know them. So I'm going to give them a call and see if I can work out a deal to either get the deal, pay them a few thousand to walk away. They pay me a few thousand to walk away or whatever. But I want to know who else is making an offer on this property so I can strategically plan how I'm going to go at this thing.
You said you had another investor that's in your letter too?
Oh, no, this is one of my girlfriend's friends that she works with. And she works in Hampton.
Okay.
But somebody just walked up to her and said they may be interested, and she asked him, what would you do with it? He said, I'll rent it out. So I said, well, tell him to call me.
Yeah, man.
Because he hasn't called yet. But really, when people show up, then you know they're at least interested. Yeah, but if they won't call, and I'm not going to call them and hunt them down, because I feel like if you're interested about something, you'll show up. And I was on the road last week before, because I was back and forth. That's why I kept missing your call, because I went out of town and I was away. And the guy that I told her today, I said, you go back to work, you tell him to call me, and then I can talk to him. And my girlfriend just gave me the realtor's name the other day, which I haven't called her yet. Because like I said, I want presentable. And I'll probably give her a call over the weekend, talk to her, and she'll probably come around, want to see the property or whatever.
Yeah, they want to see it too.
But right now I'm just open for whatever.
Cool.
Because I really hadn't thought about it. Just interested in talking to people. Yeah.
It's a lot to do, especially when it's not something you planned on doing. I know it's a bunch.
Hey, let them know, don't feel bad. I know this is a lot to deal with. Somebody passing away that was sickly and now it's just boom, dropped in your lap. Show some type of sympathy. Share that, hey, I'm here for you. I'm not going to push you too fast, but just show them that you understand.
But the lease is in decent shape. Most of the houses we see are pretty rough. And this one isn't in bad shape,
That's good news.
That is good news. Yep.
Since you say you see about 30 houses a month.
Oh man, you won't believe the stuff we see.
I'm continuing with the positive reinforcement because we just came from a point in our conversation that she was kind of feeling down. So I want to give her something at least you can say the property is in decent shape. Think of something positive to say, even if it's run down and beat up and ugly. We call that a dog with fleas, a dog with fleas. At least you can say, hey, at least the property has potential to look better, So keep that in mind when you get to this point in the conversation where she's kind of like, I don't know what to do. I just want to get rid of it. I want this problem off my hands.
Well, what are you going to do if you don't settle or don't get the price you wanted?
Make sure you present that question to every seller you talk to. What are you going to do if you don't sell it? It needs to be talked about or at least thought about. If you don't tell me, at least I'm giving you some things that you can at least think about. I am human. I'm not just an investor trying to steal your house. What are you going to do if you don't sell it? That's going to get them thinking. Once again, we want to get them thinking about this house and how much they don't want it.
Well, if I'm pushed, I will probably rent it out, but I'm telling you, I'm just praying and thinking positive on this issue. Something will work out. Good. Because I don't need to hold on. I don't want to do that. I already know that. From just dealing with what I'm dealing with now. Taxes, and then you got to do insurance, utilities.
I know.
And
you got rentals. I know.
Yeah, I'm by myself, and I don't want to do that. My main goal is to get my nephew out of college, to help him if I can. I know he has to go this year,
This
and
last
he's gonna
year, right?
need he's gonna need money. So I gotta move fast, whatever I do.
Man,
Yeah.
last year.
Yep. He's a senior.
So here we are again, back to that college thing with the nephew or whatever it was. Make sure you know exactly what's going on regarding that. And we heard just now that she is just ready to get rid of this property. I don't know if there's enough room in this particular one, but we're going to find out. But she is mentally out of that house. She knows about taxes, utilities, upkeep. She is done with it. She's out of that property. And there's a few more secrets that you can use at this time. You can ask them about the things in there. What are you going to do with the refrigerator, the stove, the washer and dryer, this sofa right here? Are you taking that with you? That's going to put them mentally even farther out of the property. What about the things in it? Where are they going to go?
They can give you a raise after that.
Yeah, and he just got through getting an apartment himself, so instead of staying on campus, so I got to pay for an apartment for him each month. And see, I'm retired, but I still work part-time.
No, he's in is that in Atlanta or North
Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Yep, Atlanta,
At least the
Georgia.
rents are cheaper down there, I think, aren't they?
Oh, I don't know. It is wasn't that cheap. But he has a roommate.
Okay,
So
well,
they're
you can
paying
split, yeah.
together. They split it.
Heck yeah.
Thank you, Jesus. So he just moved in.
Really?
As a matter of fact, he just moved in yesterday.
Oh.
And when they in college, man, I'm telling you, it's like money on peanut. I need so and so. What?
All the time.
Hold on, let me call you back about an hour. Bam. And see, my brother is not used to dealing with that stuff. I am. So when he calls me. And
I can imagine.
at a drop of a hat, like, you know,
You need
like
it
you
now.
say, real estate, they got to pay a deposit. Then you have to pay a month's rent.
Yeah.
And then the guy told him that in order for him to take it off the market, you got to put a certain amount of money down.
Okay, so we do know that it is one of her issues is deposit and first month's rent. So that is one of the main things that she's concerned about, getting money out of that property. So maybe we can take over the first mortgage subject to, and then we can give her some money in her pocket just to pay for those bills down there at school for her nephew. But now, if you don't know the subject to strategy, you can go back to our website, therealestateroundup.com. We've got some good courses there that will explain how you can buy a property and take over the existing debt. You're going to keep making the mortgage payments, because that way you may be able to give her $3,000 for the security deposit and first month's rent, and just take over the mortgage payments. That would be a great move.
Yeah, but
Because somebody else wanted to look at it.
immediately, yeah.
Yeah.
So he probably won't. Is he moving in? Well, school doesn't start till September.
Well, listen, yesterday we worked out a deal with that guy, and my nephew got the key yesterday. He's moving in there because he was staying in another apartment, but it wasn't his. It was a friend of his. But he was gone for the summer.
Yeah, the summer is
And
rough.
they were just staying there. They were supposed to move out at the end of this month. But I think the lady found out that the guys were staying there, so she was like, y'all don't live on this.
Go, yeah.
And he's like, I got to get some more money so I can move in this apartment. So I had to go, okay,
Something. It's got
let me
always
go
be
get it. And my girlfriend and I were just talking about that because her daughter's at Hampton University.
something. Really?
And we were just talking about how you have to come up with that money. And books cost $100 and some.
Per
And
book, yeah.
oh my Lord, you know.
And then you graduate, you can't find a job.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just messed up, man. But they want to go to school. So
You want them to go, but
you try to get to go, but like you said, there might not be a job, but you just have to do what you got to do when you got to do it.
crazy, man.
And go on from there, you know. That's about it. So that's where we are now. We just had that conversation before y'all came.
Really?
It's like it's getting close now.
Yeah, it's July, August. Might as well say it's August now.
Thank you. Yes.
July's gone.
Yeah. You're right.
Well, thanks for talking with us. I think you have any other questions, Dave? No.
I've got an active coaching client with me. The people that live in my area, or the people that get me to come to their cities, I actually go to the home visits with them. So that's who the other person is in the room with us. But you want to talk to the homeowner and tell them, thank you for your time. Tell them that you respect everybody's time. And I want to just say thanks for inviting us out. And as I'm wrapping it up, I want to verify my time frames and verify everything we just discussed.
So end of July, we're going to see what we can offer you. Say, for instance, if I don't know what we can offer you at the second, but we will make you an offer. It'll be in writing and everything, so you can. Sometimes our offer is less than what the payoff is, so we'll have to go to the bank to try to get a short sale. Just want to see if you'd be even interested in dealing with that or no.
Okay, throw it out there. I know that what she owes is already too much what we can offer, and the monthly payment is super high for whatever she owes. So I'm going to at least see if she wants to play ball with trying to get a discount with the bank. So throw that out there, see what she says, especially since the loan is not even in her name. The loan is still in her mother's name. So there's no recourse on her. If they were to do the short sale, then it would not come back on this lady's credit score. So it's actually, it wouldn't hurt her not one bit to actually at least take a look at doing the short sale and maybe see if we can make this deal work.
What do you consider a short sale?
Well, it won't be none of your problem. It'll be the bank's issue. Say you owe, let's just say you owe $50,000. Let's say our offer is $30,000. So we'll go to the bank and say, listen, we will pay the bank loan off. That way we may be able to, I don't know what that's going to be the case or not, but that's what we have had to done in the past. Because right now the bank's not getting another penny.
Right.
So they have two options. Either try to foreclose on the property or wait till you sell it. That's the only options they have. That's it. Because they only have, that's a legal right to foreclose on it over time if the payments aren't made. And you're not going to, I can't give you advice, but making the payments is not, the loan isn't in your name.
No, it's in my mom's name.
Yeah, they'll say that you have to make the payments, but you didn't sign for the loan, so, but they will try to, I'm sure they're going to contact you to make the payments.
So if they foreclose on it, well, I know what that means.
Yeah.
But does that mean we still can't sell it?
Yeah, they own it after that, because they legally have a lien against the house. I don't know how much it's for. Do you have the mortgage statement?
No, I have that in another folder here. I think it was like, I'm almost sure it was 40-some thousand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost sure.
Well, I don't know what our offer would be with some. That's when we do the short sale. We'll go to the bank and say, hey, we're gonna pay you this. Will you take that? Because you're not getting any payments, and the borrower is no longer with us. So 9 times out of 10 they'll take. It's called a short payoff because they get their money now. It may be an option. I just want to, if it comes to that, I don't know yet. But I know this block here is a decent block though, because it doesn't cut all the way through.
Right.
That is true, right? It doesn't cut through.
You can make a right, and then at the corner you can make a left.
Yeah.
Then you gotta make another right, and you.
That's good though, because you don't have that traffic coming through here.
It's not on the main road.
Yeah, I haven't seen them car pass since I've been sitting.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's good. Oh, you already know.
But that's like on the main strip.
We're still giving her some positive reinforcement. Your house is on a good block. It doesn't cut through to the main street. And if you hear some pauses or some blanks in there or some cuts, we've had to just take out some street names and some names of people and cities and stuff just for disclaimer purposes. We don't want to have everybody put people's names out there in the public.
Yeah, that would be something interesting. I mean, I just don't want to get it in a. When I looked at the thing, and I was like, "What in the world?" But I
does she have mortgage insurance to pay it off? I mean, she should have insurance to pay that off. Not should, but
some people have life insurance that will pay off the mortgage when they pass. Unfortunately, the majority of people do not. So I just throw it out there. Hey, did your mother have any insurance that will maybe pay or partially pay off some debts now that she's passed? Sometimes people pass away and their kids don't even know about these insurance plans.
I have to call the lady back because I just filed the papers myself. Because, even though people pass away, you have so many, you just have no idea how many times I have to get on that telephone and call to get the right person to send a death certificate to. And then they don't know the department. Then they have to call me back. Then I have to call them. I want to fax it to them. And they call back. And sometimes it takes me almost like 2.5 hours just to find the one person that I'm supposed to send it to because they don't know. Then they got to send me to the other department. Somebody's busy in there, and then I have to call them back. And I just sent them the death certificate, I think it was last week, and they have it now. And the lady did call me, so I have to call her back and see what she's going to say, because just like you said, they're not just going to sit, they're going to eventually do something. You know,
Eventually,
yeah.
So it sounds like she's already been through the entire bureaucracy of calling a bank, being put on hold, talking to 20 different people each time you call, never getting the right person. So she's fed up. She's already tried to at least interface with the bank so she knows how it works. That's a strike in your favor because she doesn't want to keep dealing with the bank being on the phone forever on hold and then not getting results. So you can come in and take that pressure off of her shoulders as well.
So I don't know what they do if they say, well, you know, I'm trying to sell the house and think about paying you off or whatever, you know.
they'll work with it.
Yeah.
They don't want their last things they want. They don't want a house. What bank is it, by the way? Yeah, I've done several with them.
And I can give you that all over the phone when I get home because I don't have, I mean, to be honest with you, I just thought you would come look at the house and then say, okay, thank you. We'll get back with you, whatever you go out.
I wish it was that easy.
We'll call you back in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
This is great. Now we have done our job perfectly. When people think you're coming to look at the house, they think, hey, I'm going to come look around and leave. We don't want to do that. The last thing you want to do is come in and look around and leave. That's what your competition is going to do. You want to sit down, find out what the problem is, see how you can solve them, get them from point A to B, because they don't know. They're going throughout their day-to-day life and then they got a house dropped in their lap. So you don't want to be the regular guy that comes in, hey, I'll give you 40 grand, looks around, sit down, talk to them, get them to like you, and they will love you and they will sell you the house because they like you, because you didn't come in and just look around.
But that's basic because I was just telling my girlfriend, and what we were just talking about the gift, I was just saying, all they're going to do is just come in here and look, and then they're going to leave, and they'll probably get back with me later on.
I wish it was that easy.
And that's exactly what we just said that out of my mouth earlier because she was coming up here to work with me.
Oh, you
and I
helping?
said, well, you
You
won't be
helping?
here that long. But I had another girlfriend. Lord is good, man. I had another girlfriend up here working, cleaning. Then she came today. Then I had another girl working with me earlier. So
Good.
my, friends have
You're
been
lucky.
pretty blessed by them.
And you got air conditioning.
Yeah, and we just said that. And I said, well, you're not worried. They're going to be here by, they'll probably look inside the house. They'll probably go around there. And then I said, I'll get back with you in a couple of weeks from then.
Oh, no. We like to get to know people. I meet people. I may not be able to do the deal, but at least we get to meet you.
Yeah.
How old is the AC unit, by the way?
Now we can get to the repairs. How old is blah, blah, blah? How old is the AC unit, the central heating and air? Ask them that to continue to let them know that, hey, I'm still here on business. I like you, but I need to know how old is the AC unit, because that's going to be a big determining factor on our price. If we've got a brand new central heating and air unit, means we don't have to go out and get one. That's going to raise our offer a little bit. But if it's old, then we're going to have to discount the price even more, discount our offer.
That's good.
I don't know because I think it was either last year or year before that she had something. I think she had something put in.
So this is new system, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think it's an old system because I remember
I see the
her
window units.
saying
She
that.
got this too.
Yeah, she had both of them in here.
So this must be older than the.
Yeah,
she had
it is. And I think when she had, they had some kind of senior program.
Okay.
And I think she had somebody to come in here to do the heating system, and I don't think they charged her for it.
Wow.
I don't think it's that old. I mean, I'm not positive, but I always almost remember her talking about that,
That's a pretty good deal.
saying something that if she was applying for it. But I don't think it's that old. No. And she did pretty good with trying to keep up most of the stuff around here.
Okay, yeah, she did a great job. I didn't feel any soft spots in the floor. I mean, a few things in the kitchen.
Yeah, right. Because somebody came and I think, you know how when you have older people, somebody doing some work for them, sometimes they don't
Cut corners.
fix stuff the way they're supposed to do it.
Did they just go over top of the old floor? They didn't rip the old stuff out?
I don't know if they did or not. I
You
know
can
they're
feel it,
supposed to. Yeah, they may have not. Because I didn't get a chance to look that far. You know, when I came over, because she said, well, I had to go on. I said, Mom, let me come over. By the time I got here, the guy had already finished.
So she does have some experience with hiring contractors through her mother. She knows that contractors don't always do what they say they're going to do. I know it sounds crazy, but that's just how the business is. So she doesn't want to do any work to the property.
But she was in the process of getting some other stuff done around here and doing the curtains. Because she'd order all the stuff to do the 2 rooms over again. But that's about as far as she got. she can get it further than that.
Let me take a look at that back room one more time.
Okay.
So I'm going to do one more quick walkthrough just so I can refresh my memory of what's going on regarding the repairs and to get everybody kind of moving, get some momentum going as regarding us getting ready to leave.
So this is a two-bedroom.
Yes, 2-bedroom. Can you come to the table? Yeah, girl, look, and that long, oh my God.
This is great stuff. I didn't even hear that part. I think I left my recorder in there with them. She goes, and that loan, oh my gosh. So I know she is tired of paying or dealing with that loan or dealing with the bank. And I know those payments are high. So I'm going to go in for the kill to get this thing done fast because I know she is just done.
Well, nice to meet you. And we will be in touch with you. Probably won't be till next week though.
Okay, that's
This
fine.
is Friday now, so.
Yeah. At least we got to meet each other.
Yeah,
I
man.
said, this man think I'm crazy. I've been out of town. And see, I'm going out of town again. So if you call me, basically try to call me on my cell phone because it may be next week that I may be leaving. And then I'm going to, so if you try to reach me, just give me a call on the cell.
That's for you.
Okay, you heard me say that's for you. This is where I hand out my credibility kit. This is going to be the last thing you give them as you leave. It's going to set you apart from the other investors that are coming by. You make sure you have your credibility kit. If you don't know how to create one, you can go to get my course at therealestateroundup.com, how to get paid with houses you don't even own. So you give them the credibility kit as you're leaving, not as soon as you get there because they may lose it, but give it to them as you are leaving. Don't tell them what it is. You don't want to say, hey, this is my credibility kit. You don't want to say that. You don't even want to tell them anything. Just give it to them and get on out of the door.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, then. Nice to meet you. Hey, look, I know you are next to see you later. You guys have a good day.
You too. All right, we just left out of the property. I don't want to say the address. 123 Easy Street. Still hanging out with Dave Cantrell. We just finished doing a home visit. Go ahead, Dave. You got any questions, brother?
Yeah, I was wondering, you mentioned you would get back with her next week, and I know it's not going to take you that long to figure out a price.
Excellent.
So are you waiting just to let her get other investors get by, for her to check out her other options, or, why wait a week?
The purpose for this one really, Dave, is because I need to know exactly what she owes. See how she kind of gave me the runaround on that mortgage?
Right.
Typically, I get them to bring the mortgage statement with them, but she didn't tell me that she had a loan on it until now. I asked her before. She said it would, and even she said in there. Remember, she said the house. She said something about being free and clear.
She did.
Then she said there was a loan on it.
A home equity loan. I know. She did.
She said that twice. That's what she told me over the phone. She said, well, there is no loan on it, but my mother took out a loan against it. So I got to know what she owes before I even do anything.
Right, I understand.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I forgot about that.
All right. The reason I'm in no hurry to get her an offer is because I need to know exactly what she owes. I want to see that mortgage statement. I'm not going to put my foot in my mouth or even waste any time if my offer is a lot lower than what she owes. So I need to know that. I'm not going to really spin too many wheels until I find out.
Right.
What was the final on that third room? Would that be able to be a bedroom or no?
It was 18 by 10, and we have to get a back door in there. So, nah, I got to leave it a 2-1.
It's all right. Okay.
We were trying to, guys, you weren't there, but we were trying to see if we could get a bedroom in the back of the house. But the room was only 18 by 10, and it has a back door in it. So it's going to be too much work. Got to leave it at 2-1.
All right. So when you're at these properties, you need to have in your mind at all times expansion. How can I expand this property? It was a 2-1 with a nice room in the back, but the back room could be turned into a bedroom. However, you still needed to incorporate a back door in that room. So I wouldn't want to put a back door in a master suite. So I'd have to create a hallway to get to the back door, which would chop my room up too much. So I'd have to keep that house a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. And I'm always looking for ways to make 2 bedrooms, turn them into 3 bedrooms. And I'm looking for a place to put another bathroom sometimes, or make a 3-bedroom, a 4-bedroom, a 4-2, or what have you. However I can expand it. I'm going to do it.
So, did you look up values? I'm assuming you looked up values before you came over here.
Well, this particular one, Dave, I didn't, because I know 4 doors down, I know another investor sold one almost actually bigger than the one we're looking at. They sold it for $99,000. You can see it from here.
Okay.
So I know that retail. I already know retail on this same street is 99. So
Okay.
it's no big deal. I didn't want to waste a lot of time crunching the number. I already know.
Right.
You make sure you should know your area intimately, know exactly what's going on with other investors. If you don't know personally, just by talking to people, you will have to do your research on the MLS or on RealQuest or what have you to find those comps. But this particular house, I knew the person that did the flip, so I knew exactly what the ARV was in that area.
I'm curious, Chris, like on your appointment ratio, if there is an average, let's say if you go to 10 appointments, you end up getting like 1 deal or 2 deals, or
I'd say 20.
Dave wanted to know what my closing ratio is. It all depends. If I only have one strategy, if I can only build a house with a hammer, which is wholesaling, then I'm not going to close as many deals. But when I have several different strategies subject to a cash purchase myself, wholesaling it, owner financing, those different strategies, I'm going to have a higher closing ratio because I have different exit strategies. If you only have one exit strategy, which is wholesaling, then you're not going to close as many, because the only thing you can do is get the contract and sell the contract. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at your closing ratios to other people's.
so you want to offer only 20 grand on this house.
Sir, I would like to offer 10, really, but it's in good condition, so I might be able to wholesale it for like 25, maybe.
Okay.
The roof is old, central heating air is old, the windows are decent, but
So probably your buyer would be a landlord.
yeah, buy and hold guy.
Yeah.
When you have old, the only problem in the real estate game, old equals bad. Old equals not there. It has to be ripped out. If it's old, it's just like, it's broken, man. Because if it's old, it's got to be redone, just like as if it was bad.
When you're rehabbing properties, if you've got a property that's old or the kitchen or bathroom is old, it's just as the same as being bad, like broken up. So if your kitchen, bathroom's old, just consider it a redo. It has to be redone. Okay, I want to personally thank you so much for taking the time to listen to NinjaNegotiating.com. Our goal is to bring you the best real estate investing, negotiating tips and tricks so you can go and close those deals, whether it's a wholesale deal or what have you. So we'll see you next time on NinjaNegotiating.com. Okay, bye.